Hi, my name is Binesh. Today I'm going to talk about corruption in India. Corruption, this is one of the most significant economic challenges India faces today. It affects nearly every sector, from government services to businesses and even the lives of ordinary citizens. So, in this video, I would like to explain the economic impact of corruption in India and discuss its potential solutions and highlight the barriers that prevent these measures from being fully effective. So, corruption refers to the abuse of power for personal gains, such as bribery, favoritism, etc. In India, this issue is pervasive in both public and private sectors. And the economic impact of corruptions are corruption hampers economic growth by diverting resources away from the productive users. For example, public funds meant for like infrastructure, healthcare, and education often ends up in the hands of corrupt individuals, which leads to inefficient public services and underdeveloped infrastructures. And it reduces the confidence of the foreign investors because they fear due to the unfair business practices, legal hurdles, and lack of transparency. This limits India's potential for attracting FDIs, and corruption also disproportionately affects the poor. Government is meant to alleviate poverty will benefit only the middlemen, and we can say lots of examples of corruption daily happening in our day-to-day lives, in corruption done by the government officials, public sector, private sectors like police, judges, etc. So the ameliorative measures to address corruptions are like strengthening anti-corruption laws, like Prevention of Corruption Act, which was passed in 1998. Even though it was implemented, the enforcement was so weak, and also setting up central vigilance commissions and also law where they need to have more autonomy and power to function effectively. And also the Digital India initiative, which aims to provide government services electronically, can reduce human interactions in government transactions, thus minimizing the opportunities for the bribery and corruptions. And also transparency in public procurements, like ensuring transparency in public procurements processes users using e-procurement systems can prevent corrupt officials from awarding contracts based on favoritisms or bribery, and also enforcing like whistleblower protection act, which was passed in 2011, and it was an important step, but it needs to be strengthened and enforced more rigorously. And also the public awareness and education has to be done properly. And the coming to the implementation timeline, like for short-term measures, we can focus on the Central Vigilance Commission and the Lokpal. Strengthening these will be beneficial, and also the medium-term measures are like implement full-scale digitalization and also reinforce existing laws with the stricter penalties for corruption. And also long-term measures include like establishing a comprehensive national corruption prevention program involving both the government and non-governmental organizations. And also the coming to the barriers of the implementation, which I see personally are like the politicians won't allow us to like the many politicians benefit from the system of corruption, and also the bureaucratic challenges. And also some people think like corruption is become a normalized in some areas of the society, so citizens may feel like that corruption is necessary evil, or believe that there's no point in reporting it because nothing will change. And also there's lack of enforcement in our country. And to sum up, corruption is a complex issue that undermines India's economic potential and development. While the government has introduced several measures to combat corruption, it is clear that greater commitment, transparency, and accountability are needed. The fight against corruption will require collaboration of the government and businesses and citizens alike. Thank you.